Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with Couch Potato Queens on a Sunday with my co-host here, Josh. How you doing today, Josh?
I'm doing good, Chantele. It feels good to talk about Big Brother. It's been a fun week. There's a lot going on. Still cookout domination. So we'll just talk about the cookout today.
Let's just talk about the cookout. Well, you're saying this week has been cookout domination. What does that mean to you?
So basically, it means that right now it is a cookout steamroll. Like, people are winning powers that are not even in the cookout, but the cookout is convincing them or manipulating them to take out non-cookout members. So it is just a steamroll this season. I don't see the cookout not being the final six. The only way if it doesn't is if the last one standing who's not cookout wins HOH or veto.
That's true, and so that's at 7. But then they still would have a tough road ahead of them, getting from 7 to 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to the final 2. Like, they have really allowed themselves to not have any possibility of getting further than maybe final 5.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. But it's going to happen in like one night though. We're getting another triple eviction.
Or something of that matter. It's a 2-hour episode, so people are speculating that it's going to be either a double or triple eviction or a double eviction, and the second person, kind of like Big Brother Canada did it, that they would be like do another competition and come right back in. So these are the speculations of what might be happening on that 2-hour episode on September 16th. I hope it's not a triple eviction because I didn't really enjoy that much. I would prefer what Big Brother Canada did. Like, that was a little bit more interesting, we'll say, because with the triple eviction, I find that it just gets rid of all like the really good players, because somebody by chance won a competition. You know what I mean? And like, it just sucks.
I mean, last year the triple eviction took out 2 of 3 of like the worst players in the game. So it took out Danny Donato. It did. It took out Danny, which we were kind of happy about when she was a good player in the game. But it also took out.
She wasn't a good player in that season, though.
Huh?
She wasn't really a good player in that season. I mean, like, ideally, though, what I would have wanted to happen, like, I can't remember exactly how last season went, but I was already checked out, I think, by that moment when that happened anyways. I was kind of like, who cares what happens in the season? I didn't like what Danny Donato was doing at all. And so I was like, whatever, David, you can go. Danny, you can go. And who's the other person?
Kevin, which we all wanted to go. But at that point, like, we were checked out of Big Brother 22 at like the week Jenna left. Like, I was checked out very early into last season. So like this season I haven't been checked out. I've been like really excited about it all season.
I'm tuning out a little bit at this point. Okay. I'm doing the live feed updates this week, so I'm gonna have to like get back and re-immersed.
Same.
But I'm a little bit tuned out a little bit. So we have Sophie here, and Sophie wants to know how many days left in the season. I'm assuming about 30 or maybe like 30. What days? 31 maybe days?
I'd say another month left in the game.
Yeah.
Which is
the last day is September 29th.
29th, yeah. End of September.
So we also have Antharella here. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Thrella.
Sophie says that the Friday stream was boring without you there.
No, Sophie, I'm so sorry. You're telling me that Jolene and Alex were boring? Come on, that's not true. Jolene and Alex
were fun. I watched them. They were both doing impersonations of Sarah Beth to each other.
They did a Sarah Beth off. Yes, I mean, God, I'm here for it.
Yeah, it was fun. They didn't do a Sarah Beth off. They should maybe actually do that. That would be really fun if they did like Battle of the Sarah Beths.
I'm here for it.
Would be hilarious, actually, especially when she's evicted. Like,
I will. I have a game idea in mind.
That's very funny and very fun for next Friday. Because next Friday will be right the day after Sarah Beth is most likely evicted. You will be able to see.
Oh yeah,
that would be the perfect time for you to do the Sarah Beth off. Hi, Bean. Let's do this. Yes, let's do this. Hi, Whitney. Thanks for being here. It's Whitney. We haven't seen you in a hot minute. How are you doing, Whitney?
Hi, Whitney. Nice to meet you.
Whitney's the best. Whitney usually has the best like one-liners. He used to come into the challenge with me, Fanta, and Michelle, and so Yeah, very funny. And I
Whitney,
haven't seen Whitney in a long time.
yeah, well, Whitney, sub to our channel too, Couch Potato Queens. We cover everything. And we do the challenge now also. We do it.
So Whitney says this is easily the most entertaining steamroll on reality TV since Heroes versus Villains on Survivor. Yes, this is the thing. Like people are saying to me, like, "Oh, you don't like this, the cookout, this and that." It's like, no, I don't like the cookout. I'm very happy that there's going to be like 99% chance that there's going to be a black winner this season.
Yeah,
90 like even 50% chance that there's going to be a black female winner this season.
I
And
know.
that's really awesome and it's really cool.
I
But coming
know.
from someone that's just looking at the game of it all, it's just not as interesting to watch people that don't have face any adversity. They don't face any sort of person coming up to them that's going to like give them a little bit of trouble, a little bit of difficulty with
Yes.
their task of getting to the end. And
Yeah.
that's just it. It's just looking at it from a game perspective. But what they're doing socially and for like, reality TV landscape and how momentous it is, like I think that's just it's like amazing. But if
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the game point of view of it, like I want to see if you watch say like a movie
Hmm.
or like I'm writing a TV show right now. You have to have like the protagonist, and then you have to have an antagonist, somebody that's stopping the protagonist from getting what they want, and that is what makes compelling drama, compelling
Yeah.
TV. And so I'm really geared into story, and so just having them have an easy route is just not as compelling for me as a viewer watching from a game perspective.
Very true. And I think BB just said something about this season around 412. It says, but they said something like this season is never going to happen again. We have to appreciate what's happening because I agree with that because I feel like the cookout has in a good way broken the game. They have managed to get all the way without being discovered, and they were talking about this on the feeds actually that I think that they've somewhat broken the game a bit, like in how they've been able to do this, and it's just been so cool to watch this because we've been wanting it to happen so long. But it's fascinating to see how the game will evolve after this season. But I'm enjoying it. It's a steamroll that I'm actually excited.
I'm fine with the steamroll. I'm like, what is exciting me about it is to see whether or not they can make it happen. Right?
Yeah, which they have.
Well, it's not 100% yet. Like,
there's only 3 non-cookout members left, but
But I mean, it's still not 100% that it's going to be the final 6. I was hoping that this week. So this guys, we're talking about all the things spoilers. We're going to be up to date on what's going on in the house. So if you're not interested in knowing what is going on in the house right now, you might want to check in with us later on at the recast tonight at 9. We'll be talking about the episode, but we are going to be up to date with what's going on in the house. So we know that Hannah has won the veto. And we know that Hannah's not going to do anything with it. Well, she's probably going to take up Xavier just to like show that she's done something in the game. But I wanted so badly for like Alyssa to take off Sarah Beth. So then they have to put a Big D. And then I would see the cookout having to figure out like, oh, shoot, one of us are going to be going home. So I just would like to see that. Not that I want to see the cookout, not get to the final 6, blah, blah, blah. But it would have been really interesting to see what they would do when they were faced in a situation that they didn't plan for.
Very true, which we're going to have to see the cookout struggle on triple eviction night. That's going to happen. If it is triple eviction night, which most likely seems like that's what's going to happen, the cookout's going to have to, they're going to freak out that night because they're going to have to target their own that night. It's going to happen. We're going to lose cookout members.
But this is the thing that I'm mad about because like, okay, we know that Tiffany was the original head of household this week. Yeah. And then that position got taken over by Claire, which I was like, why did it have to be this week that Claire wins this power or that Tiffany won head of household this week? Because there's no way that Claire was going to do something interesting. She was most likely going to keep her girl, Tiffany's nominations the same with this, power. So it was kind of like a dud power in the end that didn't get to be used to its fullest potential. Yeah. But it would have been really nice if I forgot what I was going to say. Shit.
It would have been nice if someone else won the power other than Claire, or if Claire would have done something different than just doing what Tiffany wanted.
Yeah,
If
she would have
Claire
done
was,
something different for sure if Tiffany wasn't head of household.
it surprises me that Claire stayed loyal to Tiffany in this, though, because Claire has clocked the cookout. She clocked it
Why
with
wouldn't
Derek
she?
X.
She would, of course, she's going to stay loyal to
But
Tiffany. Like,
it's such
this
a
is,
bad move for her game. If she would
she
have,
can't see it though, because she doesn't know that there's another alliance going on in front of her face.
well, she's going to soon when she gets thrown out the house next week, because it's gonna happen.
Maybe not next week, maybe the week. It depends on who wins, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like they kept on losing all their opportunities to make a move for themselves, and it's just sad to watch. Just because I know Claire wants to be there, wants to be a good big gamer. Where we were expecting a lot from Claire, and she didn't really get an opportunity to use this power in a way that was going to shake things up at all.
Mhm.
It's kind of like womp womp. Wish they didn't have that power. It's so stupid.
Very true.
So what do you think about Hannah winning her first competition?
I'm happy for it. I'm happy for Hannah winning Power Veto. Like, I'm here for it, but I mean, it doesn't change the storyline. It's still going to be the same. Hannah's obviously not going to use it. I do want something to happen that surprises us. One thing, like, even if like one cookup member that's not female gets taken out before the final six, I'd be cool with that, because I just want something surprising to happen. It needs to just for that. But Hannah winning, awesome. Happy for her. Love Hannah. But let's
Oh,
do something
what I was going to
surprising.
say that I'd forgotten was the fact that, what happens at 6 or when the triple eviction night and like Xavier wins head of household, puts up Azza and Tiffany, and they both go home. Like it's just annoying. That's why I
Mhm.
don't like this triple eviction, that like it really will depend on who wins the competition,
Very
and it's
true.
just going to send them home. And it looks like the guys are sticking together and the girls are trying to stick together. I'm not exactly sure what Hannah's going to do, because she seems to be wanting to make an in waves with Xavier and Kyland.
Hannah's gonna stick with Tiffany, no doubt. I think so.
We'll see. She's ratted Tiffany out.
Are you serious? Was this recently?
Yeah, she told Xavier that Tiffany was trying to flip the vote about Derek X.
Not another. I don't want another man to win. Can we have a woman win,
I
please?
mean, with the triple eviction, it seems like a man is going to win. Because
Ugh.
look, the next the last 4 people that are going to be going out are going to be all women, right?
Yeah.
And unless a woman wins at 7, it's going to be 3-3. And from what we've seen so far, the men have been better at doing the competition. So
So
I
true.
would assume that Xavier and Kyland will just be flipping back and forth with wins.
I think that Xavier is gonna win the game. The whole
Right now,
game.
Xavier is looking like he's going to win the game.
This is his game to lose right now. I think he's in the best spot. No one's targeting him. It's he's not being targeted. Like, everyone loves him. No one's seeing, I mean, people are seeing him as a threat, but they're not doing anything about it. Xavier 100%, if he makes it to the end, will win the game. There's no question. I texted that to his ex, who was mentioned on the feeds, by the way. He said his ex-girlfriend looks like a mix of Holly and Annalise, which is 100% accurate. I was joking with her about it. She's like, he got it right. I really do look like a mix of the two of them. It was cute.
So
Hey
Whitney
girl, you
says,
better start flirting with him again. Make your 500 grand with him. Okay, there, you're
I don't,
750.
I don't know. Wait, who? Alyssa or Hannah? Who'd you say?
No, Xavier's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, ex. I mean, people are exes for a reason, but maybe he'll look a little bit more appealing. What do you mean? Like, you don't get back together with exes. They're exes for reasons.
I mean, he
Right?
was at her apartment a week before he left for Big Brothers, so.
I mean, they can do whatever they want. But I mean,
Okay.
I've always come from the mind of like, if you broke up, there was a reason to break up. Something was broken.
Yeah.
So Whitney says, I feel like the cookouts narrative conflict is more internal than external. The conflict and struggle is staying together despite it not being in everyone's best interest, instead of power flips. Yes, no, I mean, it is interesting that it's kind of like morally they feel the need to stick together, and they're not actually working for their own herself to win, which will then in turn allow most likely Xavier to win, which is, this is kind of like what we're saying is that because people are working for the collective, being the cookout, they're
Yeah.
not being self-interested,
Yeah.
which is what's frustrating because Tiffany's put so much work in getting the 6 of the 6. For her not to win is just a big letdown.
Very true.
She set up like, okay, all of us have our own parachutes, and that we will take, like, if we put one of each other up with them, the other, like our partner will go home. Like, she set all that up like 2 months ago, and
Yeah.
so the fact that her plan to get to the 6 for the group is going to be also the reason why she probably goes out at 6 or 5.
That is true. That's very true. I mean, I think Tiffany's going to be like 6th place unless she wins HOH.
Exactly.
Tiffany's first out, in my opinion.
Madame, hi, thanks for joining us. So I want Alyssa, head of household, win next week. So 2 cookout members will be on the block, unless like Xavier convinces him to put up Claire. Like she'll put up Claire and Tiffany.
I don't think there's a way around it. I think Alyssa or Claire have to win. One has to win HOH and the other has to win veto for a cookout member to go next week, because Claire would be influenced by Tiffany, Alyssa would be influenced by Xavier. I don't see Alyssa not listening to Xavier. I don't see Claire not listening to Tiffany. So one's going to target the other one, and they're going to take out the last one last week, probably backdoor them.
What do you mean by backdoor them?
They'll probably backdoor the last non-cookout member, so they don't get a chance to play in veto.
Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean backdoor the last non?
So what will happen next week?
You think that they'll put up 2 cookout members and then use the veto?
That's risky. Yes, that's what I think will happen, because their goal is to get all 6 of them to the end. So
I don't think 2 of them would risk being put up on the block. I don't think.
What happens if they put that person up and they 100% have a chance to win veto, and then?
I mean, what if then like Claire wins it or something and doesn't like say she wins the head of household?
That's when there's only one left.
X and Kyland, and then.
Yeah, that's when there's one non-cookout member left,
right?
Well, I'm saying, next week, in order for Claire and Alyssa to make it through next week, okay, Sarah Beth goes this week. In order for Claire and Alyssa to make it through next week, one of them has to win HOH and the other one has to win veto. That's the only way they make it through. Okay. So then.
But you were saying that they're going to put up 2 cookout members.
Yep. That's for the week after. That's
okay. So I was talking about this week coming up.
Well, yeah. I was going down all of it. Sorry for the confusion. So final 8 is next week. So if they both want to make it through, they got to win veto and HOH next week, the 2 non-cookout members. If it doesn't happen, one of them is going. I'd say most likely Claire goes. Final 7, okay, let's say Sarah Beth goes, then Claire goes. Final 7, probably what will happen is if someone non-cookout wins, someone that's not Alyssa would probably put out 2 cookout members.
There's nobody else to choose from.
Yeah, so they're going to put 2 cookout members in the back, and they'll probably backdoor Alyssa. And there's your final 6.
But what if Alyssa wins?
Then fireworks.
Then Tiffany goes home, because like Tiffany should want Claire to be in 7 at least.
Yes.
But she doesn't seem to care. But I'm like, you'd rather Xavier have his person win potentially at 7 and save Xavier? Like, that's not good for you, Tiffany.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, calling it now. Derek F. will find a way to final 2. That would make me very upset. Hi, Eddie. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Eddie.
Alyssa hates Sarah Beth. She would never take her off. Oh, I know that, but I'm saying like that would have just been amazing little like kink in the armor there, because they would just shake things up a bit since nothing is going.
It's Sarah Beth's fault though. She had every ounce of power to take out a cookout member, every ounce last week, and chose not to. That's her fault.
Is it true that production is forcing Claire to throw the next head of household comp? These are things that have been speculated because she is considered to be the head of household, that she is not allowed to win 2 head of households back to back. And so maybe it's just like, oh, you can't win again, but you can't make it look like you don't win again. So I don't know if that's official. I think that's what they're talking about in the house, but we obviously haven't seen what is going to happen 100%. I think it's really unfair that she can't play again because she didn't get to have a head of household room. She didn't get to have her basket. She didn't get to have a letter. She only really got to make noms in secret.
Yeah.
Like, she should be able to play. That should be part of her perk, in my opinion.
I agree. I fully agree on that. Now I have a question. Does the entire house know that Claire won that power? Or
I
just
think all the cookout members know.
so yeah, the whole house. Everyone but Alyssa and Sarah Beth know Claire has it.
So these powers almost turn out to be the duds. Always turn out to be the duds.
Yeah.
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 Did you see Luscious walk slow to the diary room? No, I didn't notice it.
Who's Lucius?
I'm thinking Big D. I don't know.
Luscious.
Oh, there's another S if there's Luscious, so maybe it says Lucius.
I don't even know. Derek F. Vote to vote.
Natalie, tell me what you mean by this comment.
I'm not going to lie, Chantele. Derek F. goes down as probably one of the top 10 worst Big Brother contestants in the history of Big Brother.
Some people really like him, to be honest. Like, they find him to be funny.
I can't stand him. I can't stand him as a player, not as a person. I like him as a person. He'd be fun to hang out with as a person. I would go party with him. He'd be great. As a player in the Big Brother game, one of the top 10 worst players in the Big Brother game ever. I hate him.
I don't know if it's true or not, or if it's just something that Taryn was speculating in one of his live feed updates. But he was saying that Derek F got $50. And so he's assuming that it's because of the fact that Derek F or X is gone. And so people were legitimately making a mistake. And so with making that mistake, they were giving Derek F money. And so then him falling to the $50 mark, he's like he's like hurt by it. He's like, what did I do to America? Like, why don't they like me anymore? And so Taryn is thinking that they probably didn't ever like you, but they just made a mistake because there was two Dereks to choose from.
Oh, he got 50?
That's what I believe so. I don't know 100%.
Who got the 100? I'm assuming Claire did.
I think it was Claire, Hannah, and I can't remember the other person. Maybe
Claire.
Tiffany.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
B Bean says in the Derek X interview is still struggling to identify the big alliance Kai mentioned in his goodbye messages. So what do you think about that? So apparently what Kylan said in his message to Derek X was that there's a big alliance that started on day one that you weren't a part of with people that are all still left in the house. Sorry, buddy. And the cookout has said that they weren't going to say anything to people in these goodbye messages for any of these jury management and stuff like that. So do you think that as cookout members begin to head to the jury and they find this out, do you think that that's going to be bad for Kylan's game? Like, what do you think?
Absolutely. If they made a promise to that and they found out Kylan's going back on it, Kylan's not going to win it. I don't think Kylan has a chance to win this game now. I think he's played like kind of sloppy. It's not like sloppy. He's played cocky, kind of like when he wins HOH, he has to have the meetings and he has set up a whole structure for HOH that like doesn't actually need to happen. And like how he talks and how he does it, it's definitely going to turn people off if he's sitting in the final two with someone. In fact, I think Big D would win over Kylan in a final two.
I don't think that. I mean,
I do.
I don't think that because like mostly cookout members are going to be voting. They're going to see that Kylan has actually done more than Big D.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't see like Claire is not going to vote for Big D. I don't think Sarah Beth is going to vote for Big D. I just don't see him getting the votes from like Derek X. I don't think is going to vote for Big D. Brittany, maybe. Yeah, Brittany will.
Brittany and Azza would. Yeah, that's 2 votes. Okay, you're right. Maybe not.
I mean,
Chantele, I just don't want Derek F to win. He just doesn't deserve to win. He just doesn't.
I don't think he could win against anybody, but never say never because people might get bitter. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Bitter jurors.
Yes, take out Daybed. I don't want him sitting in the final two spot because he's taking away a spot from somebody that I think has played more of a game than he has played.
True.
So Claire's still in the dark about the cookout too. Yes. Big Bean, yes, she is.
He has to have somewhat of an idea, though. Like, come on.
Hi, Eddie. Thanks for being here. So So the twist was intended to hurt the cookout, but ended up helping the cookout. LOL. The producers don't know how to make a twist good. Like,
they did it too late. That's the problem. They did this twist too late. It's too late. They should have done this like week 5 when Christian was on the block. They should have done this that week. Final 12, final 13 is when they should have done this twist. Should not have done final 9, final 8 is too late to do this.
Yep, but they wanted to do the wild card first, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Xavier, Kylan, and Derek final 3. I see it. I could see it.
Oh, I don't want it.
It really depends on who wins the 7.
Oh, can we just have like one girl in the final 3? Can we have like even Hannah? I'd be okay with.
Like, I hope I haven't seen what Tiffany's been doing, but hopefully she's working on a relationship with Alyssa just to help her maybe not. Like, I'm happy that Tiffany was head of household just for a little bit, so that she was able to make some headway, most likely with Alyssa, because ideally, if Alyssa wins at 7, she wants to not be targeted like Xavier, or like Xavier's going to be safe. So she needs to be safe like Xavier's safe, and maybe she'll go for like Azah. Does she even talk to Azah? Like maybe Azah and Big D. Get rid of the jokers.
Oh, I agree. Get rid of the Joker. Send Big D home first. That I'd be okay with Big D getting 6. Now, if Tiffany wins the final 6, who would she target? Would she target X or would she target Big D?
No, she wouldn't target Big D. She'd target Kylan and Xavier, I think.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think she better.
Awesome.
If everyone was safe, they'd take him out this week with him on the block. It's his game to win. Are you talking about? Oh, Xavier. Yeah, Xavier. They're not taking him out.
Yeah.
And I think that Hannah's going to take him off the block.
Got it. Okay. And I think someone said recently Tiff is targeting Kylan, which I don't know if that's smart.
Sophie, this is untrue. I've actually played and won Big Brother live versions before. And so I've never made it. I've only made it. Jury was my lowest placement. So I was 6th. And then I've placed 3rd twice. I placed 2nd once, and second twice, and I placed 1st once. And when I placed 2nd, it was All Stars, and this is a full cast of 16 people, and it was 100 days the second time around, and I still managed to get to the end and place 2nd. And the only reason why I didn't win was because I took my best friend Jojo, who you guys know, who was my ride or die in the game. And when we played the first time around, he came in 3rd, but I thought he deserved to have won, but he didn't make it to final 2. And so this time I won the final 3 head of household, and I took Jojo knowing that he would beat me. But if I hadn't taken him, I would have won for a second time. So
you know what I think we should do, Chantele, because I'm just going to throw this out there. We should get like a BB blogger, like mini or like live broadcast, or we all have to play like Big Brother together, like all of us. Like,
I mean, I'm not really ready to do that because the last time I played was really traumatizing. People were pretty.
But it would just be it would be people that aren't going to traumatize us.
But like, you don't know that.
I would have your back, and I would not traumatize you. So we're good.
People get mad when you beat them. True. Like, I nominated Ryan Ballantyne he was playing this game, and he went ballistic. He was just like so nasty to me. And I don't know if you know Kat, she was playing, she's like a Big Brother person. And she like called me a see you next Tuesday in the jury roundtable.
Yeah,
and,
we're not going to have people like that. It would be all the fun people like Jolene and Miranda and Sarah. Like, we should get like Busy Blue. Like,
Sarah wouldn't play. She said she doesn't want to.
You wouldn't?
Miranda she wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about Miranda, but Sarah
wouldn't play.
No.
Oh. Well, I'm trying here. Okay.
I think if Kylan and Xavier makes it past the triple, they will be final 2. Yes, of course.
Yeah. There you go.
Xavier had a crush on Alyssa, but she doesn't seem interested. She's not interested.
Okay. Also, can I just randomly throw out the challenge just for a second? Because I just wanted to talk about it for a second, but like, I've started watching it. I love it, Chantele. I'm having so much fun with it. And then also I've been catching up on old seasons of the challenge too. So I'm
What
on.
seasons have you watched?
I started at the beginning because you may have given me a link to watch some of the old seasons. So I started at Battle of the Seasons from 2002, and I am now on Inferno 3.
What season number is Inferno 3?
14.
Okay, so you've seen both Fresh Meats. That's good.
Yeah, I've seen only one fresh meat. Only one fresh meat.
Fresh Meat 1 is 11. Isn't Fresh Meat 2 13?
No, Fresh Meat 2 is like season 19.
19? I don't think it's that high.
19. 18 is the Duel 2. But I'm
19
all
for
here.
Fresh 2? Or it may have been 16, but I don't think it's 19.
Yeah, it's 19.
Wow.
Wikipedia, that's.
So did you like meeting Evelyn? Like, what did you like about the cast?
So I love all the people on it. I'm like totally here for. Okay, is it bad that I think Wes is hot even though he's an ass? I really.
Hey man, Wes is my friend Michelle's favorite character.
I
Like,
think he's so hot. I don't know what it is. I like a ginger man. So like I think Wes is hot, but he's kind of a douche. I haven't really been that much introduced to Johnny Bananas. Like he went out really early in the duel, and now I'm starting to see him in more. I saw CT punch Davis in the face and get kicked out the first night. So that's fun. I saw Tanya being a hoe. Like, go Tanya for being an open hoe. Good for her. Like, it's fun.
so no, great that you're doing your homework here. Ooh, draft update. We'll talk a little bit more about the challenge, and I'll see if I can get our updates together.
Well, I think the legend of the challenge, and it kind of upsets me that she hasn't been brought back for like this all-star thing, is Coral. Why has Coral not been brought back for Challenge All-Stars?
I mean, I think it's her own decision. Coral decides what she does what she wants to do.
Oh,
I think she's been asked.
she's so amazing though. Like she literally is incredible. Like Coral is a legend to that show.
Yeah,
Like
no, Coral's great. I think she was asked to be in All Stars 1. I think she's turned it down.
yeah. Oh, sucks for that though. She should go back on it. It's all about Coral and Beth for me. Beth is also a notorious villain. I love watching Beth.
Beth is on All Stars 1.
Yep, I watched a couple episodes. That was good, but like she's iconic. Definitely good. Who's your favorite person ever on the challenge? Like, who are your favorite challenge picks?
I don't. It's hard to say. Like, I like Coral. I like, especially when it was Coral and Evan together. Um, I tend to like the old school people just in general. So I'm
Yeah,
going to like Rachel. I'm going to like
yeah,
Evelyn. I'm going to like
yeah.
Laurel.
Oh, it's so cute watching DM and CT together. It's so cute.
Obviously, yeah. I
It's a
mean, I
cute
cried on the duel.
story. It's real. I know that apparently when DM like she gets really sick on her last season before she passed away. Apparently, like CT was like with her throughout everything, like up until she passed away, which is very sweet. It's a cute little love story between the two of them to watch.
Yes, I mean that's the epic love story is DM and CT.
Oh,
You know, we
definitely.
can test it.
I think DM's very sweet. She's very sweet.
All right, so
Ooh, do we have our draft?
yeah, I think
Yes!
that's correct. So we're pretty even Steven here.
We're even.
So who's in like right now? I think you are most likely to win. I guess with having Xavier here.
Yeah, and Derek Off. I could potentially have our final two right here.
I like will be very upset if that's true. I think that Team Alex might be shut out here. I mean, okay, I could also see Hannah and Xavier being a final two.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she's working on Xavier as she takes him off the block here. She's
Yeah.
not going to be a target of his. She might end up winning some of these end game competitions.
Yeah.
And yeah, she could get to the end and she might be able to win. Hold on. Let's see if counting votes here. Could Hannah win if she gets to the end?
Absolutely. Against DF, absolutely.
No, but I'm saying against Xavier. So she would have maybe Tiffany's vote.
She'd have Derek. She'd have Tiffany. She'd have Claire. I think she'd have Azza.
Just needs one more, which would be, could she get Sarah Beth?
Brittany? No, she wouldn't get Brittany. Maybe she could get Brittany.
Yeah, she could get Brittany because
She could
Brittany,
win.
Xavier put her up.
Yeah, she has a chance to win.
So
She
I can
does.
see Hannah and Xavier in the final two. So we each have one person that is, I'd say, most likely to be in the final two. So which is, I think, Hannah's most likely. I think Kylan is most likely, and Xavier is most likely. So those are, I would say, right
Yeah.
now, look like they will be the final three.
Yeah. I think I think Xavier is our winner. I think I have the winner. Not to be
But
cocky.
we just counted the votes, and she doesn't necessarily win against Hannah.
I mean, but I think he wins against Kylan. I think he wins against Derek F. I think he wins against Azza. Tiffany is another thing though. If it's Tiffany versus him in the final two,
I don't think he'd win against Tiffany.
I don't either. I think Tiffany would beat him.
But I don't think Tiffany's going to get there.
No, Tiffany's going to be the first out. I truly believe that.
Unless she wins.
But she wins, which is what I'm hoping for.
And that's why it sucks, though, that she won. I wish that she won this competition when it mattered. Like, yeah. She doesn't need it right now.
Oh, for sure.
She got lemonade in her head of household basket, and she didn't even get to listen to it for more than a day. I'm just like,
I know.
This sucks.
Like, they took her Beyonce from her?
Yes.
Oh, that's not fair. She won that. She should at least is no one in the HOH room? Like, they're not even going in it? Like, they locked it?
Say that again? Yeah, the head of household room is locked. No, neither of them are in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's just like, it's a waste. So then why, like, I think that since nobody gets to even take the amenities of being head of household, Claire doesn't get to have meetings and get to like position herself any better by being, the head of household. So she should be able to play next week. She shouldn't she didn't get any of the head of household perks.
She could still win though. She could go against production. If production wants her to throw it, she could still say, screw y'all, I'm winning it, and could still win it.
I mean, who knows what the competition actually is though, right?
Yeah, but it will be something that she can't win.
Well, it's like, even if it's a slip and slide, like, she's probably not going to win anyways. So she's not. It's going to be Xavier or Kylan. You know that. Maybe Ozza, because she's tall. I mean, Claire's tall, but she seems not.
Slip and slide is always a man that wins. Always. Right?
I don't know if a woman has ever won, but she's tall, but she doesn't have the stamina, she said. So
yeah.
I don't think she would be doing. I don't think it would work.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So people are exes for a reason, but $750,000 plus a lawyer's income is definitely good reason to get back together. I've done it for less. But then there's also going to be people sliding into Xavier's DMs.
He'll be sliding into hers. I bet you $1 million. She says she wants to block him because she knows he's going to reach out to her. He's going to reach out to her 100%. This girl, I know the whole story, Chantele, which I can't reveal all, but yes, he will be reaching out to her. $1 million on it.
I mean, maybe, but I just know when people get famous and they have a bunch of money and they have people throwing themselves at him, it's just tempting.
It's just
tempting.
It is
so
tempting.
Why go back to something that's broken if you got some new, untainted, fresh meat to be schmoozing with? So I don't know this woman. So like, she could be amazing, and maybe they just broke up for him to go on the show, and like, I don't know what their whole deal is, but I could just see him. He's a very attractive man, and attractive and having $750,000. Like, people are going to be knocking down his doors to date him. So
true.
He's young. He's still under 30.
Did you hear that Jackson is like canceling himself and breaking right now? And I'm here for it.
I've only seen him commenting on Holly Beth's TikTok.
Yeah, so he apparently has lost his mind. He's going crazy. Good for him. Bye.
Wait, what do you mean? What happened?
I saw a video of him breaking down crying somewhere.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because Holly Beth called his ass out, major, on TikTok. Remember that? Did you see that?
I heard about it. Well, I was looking for stuff to gather information for the slop, just some news pieces, and it just seemed a little more dark than him responding to Holly's TikTok, and so I was just kind of like, I don't want to.
He's like, it's like mental health, like something struggling, like it's past that. You're saying?
Well, it was just like what she was saying is like, you really made me feel this way, and like she's just
Yeah.
kind of going into the psychological abuse that she experienced in their relationship. So I just didn't really want to listen anymore because it just seemed like icky.
Yeah, for sure. I get that.
So he's saying more things on social media.
I saw a video of him recently from like a TikTok, and he looked really like he hadn't showered in days. He just looked a mess, like straight up mess, and was like breaking down. And he's like, everybody needs like a good day to cry or something. And I was like, oh, Lord.
So Whitney says, though attempting to backdoor at the final 7 is so risky because almost everyone is going to play in veto regardless. True. That's exactly like one person's not going to play. So
yeah,
putting two Cookham members, I think it's too dangerous. Personally.
True. It's going to be Alyssa versus everyone else.
Oh, okay. Lucius is Xavier's second personality. Have you named this, Eddie? Or is that like in the house? Is that like something that we just haven't noticed before?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's that his personality then when he was walking down from being in what is it?
Solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement for a day. Yeah.
We agree with you here, Sophie. If they wanted to do a triple eviction, they should have done it earlier in the season, not towards the end of the season. 100%. 100%. Like now, late in the season, it just ruins somebody that's been playing a really good game, like their game. If we had another All-Stars, Derek, X, and Tiffany will be on it. I don't know if Tiffany would do it. I think that Alyssa would do it because she's a fan of the challenge, and maybe even Hannah.
Yeah. Very nice.
Derek X would be like, that would be interesting on it. I'd like him. I just hope they don't become part of the Big Brother alliance. But
Chantele, if you scroll all the way down to like the comments, there's an interesting one that Madame Caliente just posted. If you like scroll down, and it says something about like a winter season of Big Brother, and it looks really cool. It says that there's a winter season of BB. There you go, and it looks like it's Legend season. Is this true?
Okay, so Madame Caliente is saying a winter season of Big Brother. From rumors, it will be Legend season. And so far, people that are rumored to say yes is Rachel, Derek, Cody, Josh, Vanessa, and the winner of BB20.
Casey?
I mean, those aren't legends to me. I mean, maybe...
Are you... Rachel?
I was going to say maybe Rachel would be someone I consider there, and Vanessa, but I don't love Derek. I don't love Cody. I don't love Josh.
They'd vote them out. I think they'd target Cody and Derek first, though.
Would they, though? Probably not.
Let's not have that then.
I mean, I'd watch it, of course, but who they think is a legend is never a legend in my eyes.
Yeah.
You know, like, get me Danielle Reyes, get me June, get me Allison.
Yes,
like,
get
me Dr. Will. Get me, who else is a legend? Get me Brittany Haynes.
Haynes. Dan Giesling.
I'm over Dan, but yeah, Dan can play.
Get us whoever wins this season.
Yeah, they'll be okay. Who else would I put in the legend category?
I would put Janelle.
She's not going to come back again, I don't think, right now.
You don't think? Well, I mean, just depending on the cast.
I would even take what's his name from season 8? Eric Steins.
Eric Stein is a legend. Okay.
I could take him because he never got a chance to play a real game. He had to be stupid America's player, and it just sucks for him.
Love that.
Oh, look at this. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining us. Oh, you have 775 subbies. Cool number. Lucky.
We need to get 1,000. So sub if you're not already subbing.
Exactly. Please, everybody subscribe to Couch Potato Queens. Get them to 1,000 before Big Brother ends. Please, you have 4 weeks. So Derek F is playing the Audrey game. How so, Sophie? What do you mean by that?
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I can compare them. Audrey was taken out 4th. Audrey's gone by this point in time. Audrey was an early boot. I don't know. Maybe there's like another one. Derek F is more of like a Victoria.
Victoria.
Victoria
Well,
from
I feel
season
like Victoria didn't think that she was doing anything in the game. Like Derek F thinks that he's running the game. And
Yeah.
so I don't think that that she thinks that.
Yeah, he's a little cocky and has just a little delusional too. A little
All
delusional.
right.
Just a,
But maybe like being dragged to the final two. But I think that people want to take him out. So
yeah.
a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sophie wants to know what are the chances right now that Claire might win Big Brother? That's like less than 1%.
None.
Less
me
than
and
1%. She'd
me
have
and
to win out.
Alex me and Alex had a moment on our on Thursday night, and it was really funny, and I was sitting there, defending Claire as I always do, because we all know I love Claire, and Alex is like, Josh, what has Claire actually done in this game? And I couldn't answer. It was crickets. And we just started laughing so hard. We were dying in laughter over that.
I mean, I think what has happened with Claire, unfortunately, is that she is really good friends with Tiffany,
Yeah.
and Tiffany is playing another game behind her back. And
Yeah.
so if Tiffany wasn't in this game, I think that Claire would be playing a better game because she wouldn't be relying on her social strategy sessions with Tiffany that are actually not working for her benefit.
Yeah.
And so because she doesn't know about the cookout, she can't really see that she's playing a bad game, and she can't see that she needs to be doing more. And so it's unfortunate that all she's really done this season is speculate and like kind of flush out what's going on in the house, but she actually hasn't been setting herself up for a winning position because she doesn't have all the information.
Oh, for sure. I definitely agree. I wish Clara could have done more in the game. I think this is just the wrong
She's
season.
handcuffed because she's tied to Tiffany.
I know. I wish she was on a different season.
Yeah, I think I mean, a lot of people on the season got wasted in the sense that, like, I would have loved to see Derek X really play properly. He got played hard, but he's also not a fan of the game. Like, he's never watched a season on his own. He's a recruit. Like, I'm sure he's watched a couple seasons in Sequester, but he doesn't know the ins and outs of this game. And so, for the fact that we're like, oh, he should be able to tell that he's going to be backdoored. He shouldn't go for like the big shiny prize next week. Like, these are all things that we're like, he should know this, but he's never played the game before, so he can't see it.
Unless they bring a couple of them back next year. Like next
I
year.
don't want that though.
You don't want it? You like all newbies. You don't like people being.
I always prefer for Big Brother. I always prefer newbies.
Yeah.
Unless there's people that I'm obsessed with, like Janelle. But nobody's really has that status for me this season. I don't think. Tiffany. I would watch Tiffany play next season if she wanted to come back.
Yeah, I think Derek X too. I would like to see Derek X and Tiffany. Truthfully, those are the two.
I just don't know if Derek X would actually be good though.
I think he'd be better. He learned it a little bit better. It was just too late when he learned it. I think.
I'm curious if he only did as well as he did because he had Tiffany and Hannah kind of protecting him. He did win competitions, which is great.
Yeah.
Very helpful for him. But look, he was almost out the door week 1, right?
Very true. He was. So.
All right. Natalie was reading online that the BB fans are comparing Hannah to Nicole Franzel. Not at all.
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't think anyone is a Nicole Franzel this season. I don't think they'll ever bring back a Nicole Franzel or anything close to Nicole Franzel again. The fans hate her. The fans do not like her.
I think maybe like he did. What's his name? Derek X was comparing Sarah Beth to Nicole Franzel in his final plea.
Yeah,
and I think that she might be more of a Nicole Franzel.
Yeah,
or even Alyssa.
Yeah, Sarah Beth. Yeah, I think Sarah Beth is more of the Nicole Franzel.
Because Nicole Franzel's game is don't do anything for the first like 9 weeks and like be attached to a company who you're cuddling with the whole time, and then like target all the women so she's just left with the guys in the end and then quit out.
Yeah, that's Nicole Franzel. That's what happens.
So I don't know if I agree with that, BB fans.
I mean, it's worked for her. Props to her. I mean, she won. The second time she got 3rd place. I mean, she she's never not made the jury. So obviously the game works for her. It's just not a likable and respectful game. Sorry.
Sophie says they should have taken the challenge handbook for making Big Brother twists. How would they be doing? What would they do as a twist that could work? It doesn't really work for Big Brother, I don't think, what they do on the challenge.
Yeah.
Hi, Aha or Aja. A Derek F win would be like a Josh win. At least nobody is playing a Paul game this time.
True. No
True. Would
Pauls,
it be like
no
a Josh
bullies this
win?
season. Well, I mean, Frenchie could have been, but he was taken out very early. So,
I don't think though.
or Brent.
Aja.
Brent was pretty bad.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Brent was pretty bad, but I don't think there were any like bullies this season.
No, I don't. And like for Derek F, I don't know. I just don't think that there's anybody left in the game that's disliked as much as as Paul was in order for it would be a spite win. You know what I mean? Like I just don't see that.
Very true.
Hi Anna. Thank you for
I had
joining.
mentioned that earlier that Tip was targeting Kai. Yeah.
Yeah, she's done with Kai, but I think she'd put up Kai and Xavier.
Yeah.
She's setting up for everyone to hate Kai. The die is cast. It's going to happen.
She likes to plant those seeds.
Kylan would be the first out of the cookout. And I think not if any of the guys win. I think that Xavier knows that he needs to keep Kylan in there for a moment, or he's going to look like a very shiny target.
Well, it just depends who wins HOH. So, hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen. Thanks for joining. Have you played Sequester? Is it worth watching? Question to either of you. I played one time. I played the Sequester mini online, and I was 9th out of 24.
You made jury. That's a big deal. It's hard to make jury on Sequester.
I could have gotten to the end and win, but it's actually I brought up this scenario I think with you before, and it was that I in general I'm not going to target a person of color or anybody in the LGBTQ community. I'm just most likely not going to, especially in Sequester. Just like I would never want to see like all those people going out back to back. So it was kind of like what I thought was an unwritten rule with like Josh Williams and this guy Lance, and like there's a few Black people that were playing that I just was never planning on targeting. And Josh even said to me, "I'm not targeting you. I'm never going to come for you. Whatnot." And so I'd heard that he was starting to say my name. And so before I could flip the vote on him, he did take me, like he did plant the seed and get me to go out while I was still in another room trying not to target him. You know what I mean?
Well, Josh Williams.
Yeah.
Weren't you the one that told me that Sequester is not really doing stuff right now? They kind of took a break.
Correct. Yeah. There's been a lot of drama within the Sequester community. Yeah.
Oh, so, I don't know about it.
That's all. Nothing's happening right now.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I've kind of been. I was part of the Sequester community like very early on, like 4 or 5 years ago. So that's when I used to do a lot behind the scenes with them. So I mean, it's cool what they've done. I hope that it comes back. It's a cool thing that Audrey's done with it. So
definitely, I'm not sure if it will come back.
Well, it's canceled. Like it's done.
I just don't know if she's going to do it. So. Ooh. Would Kylan or Derek F lose against the other 4 cookout members in a final 2 vote?
Depending who.
I think Kylan beats. It's hard to say though. I don't know how annoyed they are with him.
I don't think Kylan would win against Tiffany. I don't think Kylan would win against Hannah. Maybe Azza, but the other 2 I don't think he'd win against. Derek F would lose against anybody.
Agreed.
Yeah. That's all.
So maybe Azza is somebody that he could potentially beat. She doesn't really have any game. No, I know it's unfortunate. We were hoping for so much more.
Yeah.
What are the final two? Is Tiffany and Azza? Who would win? Tiffany, undoubtedly.
Tiffany.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
I have a ginger fetish too,
Oh
but
wow,
we can
that's
all
going
be
back a
good at
little
the
bit.
West, babes. Whitney, you know that Michelle loves her Wes. Wes is, I mean, I like Wes. He was pretty disgusting in Fresh Meat 1. And he can be quite nasty all the way up, but he becomes a rootable enemy. Like you start to like Wes just because he goes up against the Bananas and the Kennys and the Evans. Like he doesn't let them push him around.
No, he
So
doesn't.
that's what we want in the cookout here. We want people to like not be pushed around, like stand up to the cookout. But they just don't know that it exists.
Love that.
Xavier Tiff final 2 vote. Okay, who
Whoa.
wins?
Okay, so Claire would vote for Tiffany. Derek X would vote for Tiffany. Hannah would vote for Tiffany. Brittany would vote for Tiffany. That's 4.
And no, Alyssa would. Okay, so now Alyssa would vote for
Xavier.
Xavier.
Kylan and Sarah Beth would vote for Xavier.
And Derek F would vote for Xavier. Who's the last? Oh, and Ozza would probably vote for Xavier because it's her crush.
Xavier would win.
Unless she's still, because like Tiffany's been planting a little bit of the seeds here of like, we need to take out these guys in order for a woman to win. So if she goes with that narrative of wanting a woman to win, maybe she'll vote for Tiffany. But yeah, Ozza would probably be the deciding vote there.
Yeah, true. Very true.
That's tough. Xavier probably wins. Tiffany should win since she came up with the entire cookout strategy. Absolutely. It is a tough question, but I think that it would be a split, and it really depends on what Ozza does in the end.
Yeah.
Alton, I love Alton.
I love Alton. He's a hottie.
Did you watch back in the day Las Vegas, Real World Las Vegas, the first one?
Yeah.
The first one with him and Trishelle, and yeah, that was good. I
Then
loved him and
Irulan. Yeah. A good season. Both Vegas seasons are good seasons of the real world. Yeah.
Okay, I think that there's a world where Xavier and Tiffany both get taken out as the biggest threats, and 5 and 6, and then Hannah has an easy path to win against anyone remaining. That's true. Maybe not Kylan. Maybe depends.
I think it would be Kylan that would be taken out before Xavier would. I think Xavier's really set up to make it far in this game. We'll see. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see. But
I mean, it depends on, like, say Tiffany wins 6, puts up Xavier and Alyssa. No, she'd be gone. Puts up Xavier and Kylan. And then Kylan would go home. Yeah, I don't know if I can see Xavier going out before Kylan.
I agree. I think Kylan would go over Xavier any day of the week.
Hi, Heather. Thank you for being here. So they're locked out of the head of household room until Thursday. That's so annoying.
That's annoying.
Tiffany can play in the head of household comp on Thursday. Everyone can play. Everyone and Thrella, or
I think everyone can play. Yeah, I think the thing about Claire is just a rumor. I don't know how true it is.
I don't know, Whitney, if Claire gets a vote this week. Probably not. But she'll probably go into the diary room and pretend.
We'll find out tonight. We'll find out tonight all the rules, what happens with her.
True that. Hi, King Cash. Thanks for being here. I feel like X would take out Kai at 6. I think X would take out Tiffany at 6.
True.
Trainwreck Becky won the slip and slide by a landslide. Women can absolutely win that competition. Who was she playing against? Becky in the train. What season was that again?
Season 17. Vanessa.
Right. Who were the guys though? So it was like
Johnny, Mac, Steve, James.
I would have expected like Austin to win that. I
can't
remember though what happened.
Sure.
All right. Good point, Whitney. Good point. Okay, a winter season. Okay, we did that
Yeah.
already. Oops. Oopsie daisy. I hate when I do that. Like, I clicked off of it and then it just like jumped to the bottom. I'm like, bah, that's not where I was. Trying to confuse me here. Okay. Hi, Camille. Thanks for being here. So, would it have helped Xavier with Tiffany to tell her the truth about his profession when she called him on him? Yeah, I heard that Tiffany was like, "I don't believe that you're a lawyer" and stuff like that. And like, I can't remember what the whole conversation was, but she's flat out said to him that she thinks he's lying.
Oh, she's so savage. I love it. I love her.
Hi, Ian. So, since they have been copying Big Brother Canada 9 all season, what about a fake double? That's what I'm thinking. It could be a fake double for the what we're suspecting might be a triple on September 16th, the 2-hour episode. We
No,
might be.
I think it's
Pardon?
triple. They can't. It's a month left in the game. They don't have time for a fake double, do they?
Um, maybe. Hold on. So this week, Sarah Beth goes out. So that means there's 8
8.
left. So then the week of the first, wait, no, this is the week of the week. The week of like the 9th is 7. And then the week of the 16th, 2 people would go home.
6 and 5.
5 comes back.
4
Or
has a
6.
week.
And then, yeah, no, then it would be final 3 would be the last week. Yeah, it could work, I think. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I don't. I think it's too late for a fake double. I think that would have been like a couple weeks ago. I think that would have been early into the game. I think it's a triple. I really do. That's what I think. Final guess. Lock
If it's a
in. It's
triple,
triple.
though, I think that they don't have enough. Like maybe it's a fake triple. Like 2 people go out and 1 person comes back,
Maybe.
or like all 3 of them compete and 1 of them come back in.
Maybe that could be it. Easily. I that could totally be it. But we'll see. We'll see. So
Sophie's like, remember when they used to do double evictions every once in a while? They've done a double eviction earlier in the season and another double eviction later in the season. I don't know why they need to do this so late. Vanessa doesn't talk about Big Brother. Oh, really? Is she over it?
no, she was asked back last season, and she was having she was having her babies, so that's why she didn't return last season. So I know she's talked about it. So I don't know.
Woody says, aren't there rumors of a
Yeah,
legend
there's rumors
season
every season, but
with that
I was excited
cast?
for. Let me be excited
Pretty
for
much
3
every
seconds.
season. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like they're gonna pregame, which is also pretty annoying. No, I'm not a fan of Derek. I don't want his his game run to be something I watch again.
All I'm asking is production of Big Brother. If for some reason you are watching this, please do not show your house guest season 16.
Please.
Okay, thank you.
So about Dr. Will, Dan, Andy, Ian for that Big Brother's Legend season. Dr. Will's not going to do it. Dan, he might be over it. Like he's probably like, I've already done first and second place. Like I don't need to come back again. Andy would be obsessed, but like he's also kind of bad mouths the show, so I don't see them asking for him back now.
No, Andy's not going.
And Ian was just on it. I don't think that he's going to bother coming back.
Yeah.
June said that she'd do a seasons of Legends if it's a short season. If it's 3 weeks, though, they might be able to get some other players,
Yeah.
which would be cool. Kevin Martin is the Legend season. I mean, that could be interesting if they did Legend season with like people from around the world. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Janelle also said that she'd do a season if it was a shortened season.
Okay.
I'm into that, actually.
Love that.
Ika would, on a shortened season, Legends, like Legends, BB Can,
US.
BBUS.
US versus Canada, or like versus UK versus like Australia. Like let's do like an international season. Drag Race is doing it.
I would be down with that, to be honest.
Like 4 people from Canada, 4 people from US, 4 people from Australia, 4 people from UK. Let's do it.
That's pretty fun. Devon has a wider cultural influence than almost any Big Brother alum. She is the ultimate legend if she didn't have the best, even if she didn't have the
Even
best gameplay.
true.
I don't think that Devon will come back. It seems like she's over Big Brother, but she's going to be on X on the Beach, which I'm kind of here for.
I
So,
think she'll end up back on the challenge again.
will she?
I think she's going to stick with MTV now, if I had to guess.
Question: do y'all think that
No.
there would have been an all winners season of BB?
No, there would not be. That's the answer. No, never happening. Sorry.
I'd love a battle back just so the cookout can learn that Kai outed them to DX. That would be fun. Casey didn't do that much, or Andy, when they both won their seasons of Big Brother. Yeah, I mean, Andy thinks that he's like the best Big Brother played and he's never been asked back. Casey, she has a good social game and she's good at some of those competitions, but I don't enjoy her gameplay. I'm never really that inspired by people on Big Brother that just comp out.
Yeah.
Unless it's like those like memory games where you actually have to like, I don't care if you're really good at putting a ball into a hole or like catching the most of it. Like, I don't care about those type of games to be like, oh my God, you were a comp beast. But if you're being able to like, remember on day 26, like who was evicted by who, like that stuff. Okay, you could be a comp beast like that. And like, I can respect that. But the Casey comp beast, I don't care. No care. Ben would like to see Claire on a season of Survivor.
Be fun. It'll be good.
Yes, we do agree that Derek X could be pretty good on the challenge. Hi, Tracy.
Hello, Tracy.
Claire thinks it's all about high risk, high rewards. It's actually about playing it safe, in my opinion. Oh, she's playing it safe, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't think she realized how safe she's playing it because she thinks that she's doing all the work with Tiffany, but Tiffany's playing another game that she's not aware of. And so she doesn't know how much danger she's in.
For sure.
Unfortunately. Was placing Christy with Claire a bust? I don't know if Christy would have been better.
Yeah, I think it was the right decision. I think Christy wouldn't have, like, I don't think it would have been a good decision bringing her on, honestly. Looking back on it now, I think they made the right move, so.
Natalie, I did hear this, that there might be a new Love Island UK host. They do not enjoy Laura Whitmore, which I don't either. I heard it on Murad's channel today, them saying that, I mean, Gemma Collins was somebody that he mentioned might have been in the running. I don't want her to be hosting it, but that Caroline Flack it was her baby, and that's why she was so good at the show. But
when I think of Gemma Collins, I think of that clip of New York.
Oh, the shoes?
With the Old Maiden shoes. Oh, she didn't have the vernacular. It's classic. It's classic.
Classic. Yes, but I would like to see a new host because I do not like the current host at all. Any last questions here? So anything else about this week that you want to talk about before we say sayonara, Josh?
I think we've talked about everything in regards to the week.
In a Hannah Kylan final two, who do you think would win? I think Hannah would win. But it would be, I think Hannah would win.
Hannah would win.
Because Hannah would get, because Kylan, he's not going to get any of the kings. I think that Hannah would get the kings. I think Hannah would get Tiffany and Claire.
She get Derek X.
And that's already 5, right?
Bam, right there.
That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's 5. So yeah. I think Hannah would win.
Very true.
Because I think that Kyla would only maybe get Ozza and Derek F, maybe. And
Sarah Beth. Yeah, Sarah Beth and Derek F. And maybe Ozza. No, Ozza would go for Hannah. Nope, that's all he'd get. But yeah, that's all I'm seeing in the Big Brother house right now. So that's all.
Heather. Thanks for being here. We're doing a little signing off. Do you have anything else, you guys, in the chat that you want to talk about for today and this week? I can see a fake triple with one person returning and then a surprise final 5-4 eviction. I can see it.
Very
No way a
true.
battle back or fake double is happening based on the schedule. We go from 7 to 5 on September 16th. But what if we do it to 7 to 4 to 5? Okay.
There you go.
Do all winter season because 50%.
They can't do an all-winter season because of that. I mean, that's not the reason I was thinking, but that is also another reason
It's
why
a
they
very
won't do
good point. A very good point. Scheduled for September 22nd does say TBD, so I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah.
Correct. That's really true, though. That makes sense. Did you guys hear that Parvati's getting a divorce? I
Yes.
know.
Put her back on Survivor. She'd be flirty Parvati again.
Yes, rest in peace, Caroline
Who's
Flack.
Caroline Flack?
She's the host of Love Island UK, the one that. So they originally replaced her because she was going through some legal stuff in the papers with a woman named Laura Whitmore, and then during the season that Laura Whitmore had replaced her because she was going through all these stuff in the tabloids, she ended up taking her own life. And so then it's been the first summer season with the new host, and she didn't do a very good job. But what I was saying was Caroline Flack, it was her show. So she pitched the show, she brought it to the network, like she was hosting it. It was her idea. And so that's why she was so connected to the people in it. Like it was her baby. And so yeah, that's kind of why we're all just saying that like nobody can really replace Caroline Flack because she was the heart of the show.
Oh, that's so sad.
It was, yeah, very sad. So Heather says, I'm on my first BB discussion panel tonight on my weekly meltdown. Join if you can. A little nervous.
Good luck. I will try. Maybe I'll come and check it out.
Heather, is that on YouTube? Where do I find that?
Yeah.
Please put a link where we can find you on that if it's available right now, Heather, or just a little bit more information. And definitely will pop on by if I can.
Oh, that's so sad.
Definitely sad. Property on the challenge and let her and CT be the ultimate power couple. Ooh, very cool.
Love it. Here for it.
I would watch that for sure. Can someone please tell me where you're getting all this BB Winter Legends tea? I don't know where people are getting it. People are making things up probably. It's always like the fake BB news on Twitter.
Yeah, for real.
There are TIG accounts.
Okay.
Yes, on YouTube. Okay, and it's called My Weekly Meltdown. I probably follow it. I follow most things about BB. Well, Josh, we did it.
We did it.
9 1/4.
Yes.
Anything you have going on that you want the people to share?
We do our Thursday eviction shows at 9 on the dot. I do the challenge on Thursdays right before it. So we do the challenge recap at 6:45 p.m. on Thursdays. We're going to be covering Survivor. We're probably going to do the Circle. And Friday night we do Drag Race. But once Drag Race is done, we're going to change that up. So we're in the process of changing things up. Right now, eviction show and challenge on Thursdays. We go with Jolene on Fridays. And then we'll be announcing more stuff soon.
Ooh, amazing.
Oh, and you can find us at Couch Potato Queens on Twitter. That's Couch Potato QWNZ. That's our Twitter. My Twitter personal is Mendels8, MENDELS, the number 8. And then you can follow us on Instagram as well, Couch Potato Queens. And mine is Mendel's8 as well. Make sure to subscribe and like our channel, guys. We're looking to get 1,000 subscribers. We're getting close. We just need a few more for our party. So.
It's going to happen very soon. I know it is. Especially, continuing hanging out with Jolene. You will definitely get there in no time whatsoever. Hold on. What are we hearing here? Oh my God, I do believe the Survivor cast is dropping tonight or tomorrow. That is fun. Maybe we can do an impromptu cast assessment or something like that.
Me and Alex will do another draft. It'll be fun.
Yes, maybe a blind draft. We just go in and we look at the people and we talk about them together and we just do the draft right off.
Here for it.
All right, I'm definitely down. I wanna see if I can beat you guys 2 seasons in a row. I don't know if I'm gonna win, but I'm hoping that Tiffany wins. I'm
about to win with Seniors, so.
I mean, is it his time to win? I don't know. Maybe it's a women's time to win.
We'll see.
So look forward to the circle coverage. Yes. Awesome,
Yeah.
Heather. Yes, road to 1,000 subscribers is what we're on here. Josh.
Yeah.
And you guys know the drill with me, but if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Reality Realness with 3 S's. We're just trying to build a community of people that love talking on our free time about all these reality television shows. I love it. I'm so happy that you guys joined me because that means you love it as well. So please like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please comment on who do you think right now is in the best position to win the game and who do you want to win the game. So it could be the same person, could be 2 different people, who knows, but let us know in the comments below and we will be sure to continue this conversation offline. Any last words?
Nothing else. Love you all.
Bye.